Welcome to Pixel Composer 1.21.1 beta. So this is the first beta since 1.21 stable. So let's see what's new in this version. First we have MK Blast, which is a new system for create this explosion effect. Now the inner working of the system is similar to the particle, so you can replicate a lot of the effect using particle node as well. As you can see here, it just spawned a bunch of particle, right? But the shape of the particle are a little bit different, and how it's animated is also a little bit different, make it easier for you to create this type of animation. It also can be accessed in the new MKFX group that I separated out. In the past, all the MKFX is in the generate group here, right? And it's kind of hard to navigate. So now there is new dedicated MKFX node. In the simulation here, you will see MK Blast. Then we also have MK Facet, which is a node used to generate a cut gem. And you can see here they are control for initial shapes, or you can also use custom path. And there's this cut control, where you can control the amount of cut, the initial angle, the width of the cut, and the depth of the cut, right? It's just something that you have to play around with. It can be a little bit difficult to visualize, but it basically just do a radial cut around the shape using this different parameter. And there's also an extra rendering setting allowing you to create this kind of gem effect. Then we have a fur pattern node. This node is used to generate a fur pattern, as you can see here. By default, it will just generate a fur in one direction. You can control like the thickness, the density, the direction, and stuff like that. But you can also provide extra map for some of the property as well, like using map to control direction to create this kind of flow pattern. It also reminds me of like an actual bush, so I just create this dot animation using the fur system as well, but the initial point of this node is to create this fur pattern. Then we have improvement on the ray marching system or the 3D SDF system. It's a different system for creating 3D object. The new thing here is this RM render scatter node, which allows you to render the 3D object with a random rotation, position, and scale. There's also a specular control, allowing you to make an object look shinier or like metallic, right? Like in this one. Without it, it's just gonna look like matte. Then improvement on the Verlet simulation. Here we have a number of new nodes in the VerletSim. We have a new mesh generator shapes, grid shape, this shape, and a path shape. There's more nodes for modifying the mesh. As you can see here, I use it to generate this get tearing animation. There are also other improvements like the edge loop selector, so that you don't have to use area to select these vertices. You can just select the edge loop. And then we have improvement on the MK3 node. So we have two new nodes. We have the leaf hull. This node will basically generate polygon around the shape of each of the branch, allowing you to create a different shaped tree. And there's also a new fan branch. The normal branch will just branch out from the original branch in 2D, and it can be a little bit difficult and annoying to make it like fan out in 3D, right, with depth and stuff. So we have this new fan branch node, and it's useful for create stuff like a palm tree or stuff like that. And then we have improvement on other nodes as well, like the particle node got performance improvement, and the nodes are now updated more frequently. So when you, for example, editing the values, it will also updating in real time, even when you are not on the first frames. Then improvement on the flat fill node. You can now have control over the iteration count, right? So you can do like a filling animation when you have complex part and you want it to fill in specific way. You can do that. You can even apply gradient based on the iteration count. And stuff like the shadow node are now properly tiled. This is a mistake on my part. I forgot to add the oversampling setting. So in the past, it's actually not tileable. It's gonna look like this, but now you can select it to repeat, which it will now properly repeat. For improvement on user interface, the first thing you may already notice is that the interface looks a little bit different. This is just me testing out the new theme for True Dark, right? So this theme also includes with the software in the stable version. I haven't mentioned it in the previous video, but now I'm just testing it. It looks a little bit darker, a little bit cleaner. But then the actual improvement here is with the inline groups. And when I say inline groups, I mean stuff like the VerletSim here or the MK3, when you can see this spatial region, right, that allow you to add in specific node. The inline group itself can be selected by double clicking, right? And there are properties inside the group that you may miss. So in this version, when you select the node in the inspector, you will see the inline group will show up here. Click on it, it will just show the property inside so that you don't have to double click, right? You can edit it in the inspector panel directly, right? And that would be the big change on the user interface. There are other changes as well, but that's not really big and not worth mentioning. And as usual, there are a series of bug fixes in this version, show you on the screen right now. So that will be it for this version. So thank you everyone for watching, and thank you everyone for following the development progress and video so far. And I'm saying that because seeing the financial status of Pixel Composer is not doing really good, and in the future I think that I'm gonna start having to take out different jobs and I'm gonna have less time to work on the software, right? And when that happens, I'm gonna tell you again, it's not happening right now. It's probably not gonna happen anytime soon, right? But it's just gonna mean that I'm gonna spend less time on Pixel Composer. But I don't think that I'm gonna stop working on the software anytime soon, because working on software is such a joy for me. It's so much fun, but I will never let anything take it away, right? But I'm just mentioning it now so that when things change in the future, you know where it comes from. But yeah, that will be it for today's video. Thank you everyone for watching. Special thanks for all the Patreon supporters, and see you in the next one.